Okay, today we got a special one. We're working on a little carving for Thanksgiving, and if you remember back a while back, I did a little turkey buzzard, and so for Thanksgiving, I decided to do a turkey, kind of the same design, just different carving. Carved this out of a 2x8, and he turned out really cool looking. So if you want to see how I do it, just stick around, and I'll show you how I did it. This thing is pretty aggressive. It'll take some wood off, so I'm just going to use it to take his feathers down a little bit, see where we end up. Alright, well, this little guy is by no means done, but we got it carved out here a little bit just with the grinder, and you can kind of see how I shaped it and shaped his feet a little bit, put a little bit of a grinded that there a little bit. Still have his head, didn't do anything with it yet, other than drill a little hole in the back. So I drilled a straight hole from the front side, right in the center of where I want to put the neck, and then after I had that hole drilled, I put this where I wanted it, and drilled through from the back into this. So that's going to put my screw right in the center of the meat of this. Hopefully it won't hit with any of the carving tools. And I'm going to put some glue on there and glue this guy together. So that's where we're at, and we're going to get that done. Okay, well, I drew some lines on here. I just kind of marked out where the feathers are going to go. I have a little line right here where his front wings are going to be. Little line for his neck, kind of get where it's going to get throttled down to, and then a couple little lines on his beak here. Probably should put a center line so I know where his beak's going to be. I like to continue that center line around. So if you erase it up here, you can still see it down there. The center line doesn't have to be exact. I just eyeball it because I was carving the eyeballs. And I drew in some little lines where his toes are going to be at. But that's basically it. We're just going to dig in here a little bit and get this part here started. We'll work on just carving in these lines and shaping his head and his neck a little bit. So let's get at it. So we're digging into another piece of art waiting to happen. This time we're carving a turkey. So I got the electronical spinny thing here, spinning the Christmas tree with teeth. This is the bigger one. Just doing a roughing out, getting his beak cut down. Cutting around his snood. That flap of skin going over the top of his beak is called a snood. I had to look that one up. So I took that grinder to carve his feathers in. I carved about 2/3 of the way through the wood, or ground it off, just so I didn't have as much wood there to work with whenever I get down to using the Dremels. I'm just going to shape his beak, and then we'll get that snood rounded off.
This is a fun little project. I really enjoyed making that buzzard I made before. And thought a turkey would be a perfect thing for that. I'm cutting around the sides of his beak in the back there, and then I'm going to shave his head down so it's smaller than that. So his eyes are going to stick out a little bit, and his beak's going to stick out a little bit wider than the rest of his head. Taking this big wheel with teeth here. This thing removes a lot of wood in a hurry. Plus, you can do a lot of neat just shaping with it and adding easy details. You can use it like a saw to cut corners off, or use it flat and use it for like sand and stuff. Shaping stuff smooth. Also used it for texturing at the neck there. I just liked the way the texture was with it. I could kind of control the direction of it. Decided to leave his neck kind of rough like that. This is just cutting out some little cartoony feathers around his neck and his wings. I took that big wheel again because it removes the wood the fastest, and I started playing around, taking corners off with it. I liked the way it was doing the texture on this thing, so I just kept using it. Pretty instant, easy feather. Got a nice turkey look to it. Now I'm just blending the rest of his neck in with that. And look pretty nice. I tried shaping the feathers with it a little bit. I did take the corners off with it a little bit, but then went back to the Christmas tree with teeth there. Rounded stuff off a little better, a little quicker. once it's all roughed in and kind of shaped like that, then you can just go over a little lighter and not taking as much wood off, just smoothing stuff off, so taking little bumps off, getting it down to the right size you want.
Thoughts and dreams, feelings that I need here.
Now he's pretty well down to size now. I'm just going through and cleaning up some details, taking the drum sander, sanding them smooth a little bit. Since I'm going to paint them up, I'm trying to get the eyes and the beak and everything pretty smooth. Makes it a little easier to paint. This is the same board. I've made a few other carvings out of this, and it has a real flat grain to it. It makes it pretty strong in the directions I have it. You got to pay attention to that with some pieces of when the grain's not going the right way. You'll make some really weak spots. Just going through and cleaning up a few lines, and clean up his toes and around his eyeballs and that. And this is a little cone-shaped wire brush. Not spinning it real fast, just fast enough to remove the fuzzies, and I think it's around probably 12,000 RPMs. And we'll start painting them up. I usually do the eyes towards the beginning, at least get the white on there so it has time to dry, so you can paint the rest of the eyes after it dries a little bit. I put that red on there and the brown, and then I went over the red and the brown both with a black wash, so it's just really watered down black paint. I used a little bit of black for his the pupils on his eyes and the outlines around his eyes, and the lines around his irises there. Then I'm going with like a medium bright yellow for his feet. Once I got that brushed on there, then I watered down some orange and just darkened it up and gave it some shadow a little bit. A little bit of contrast, make it look nice. Try to get it darker down in between the toes and up top of the legs and stuff. Black lines make the cartoon look. Yeah, so now I just got to detail his feathers a little bit. So we're going to take a little bit of the vintage white, I think it was, and just touch the end of the feathers, and do a little black stripe right inside of there, or dark gray. White stripe right in next to his body. I'm just kind of dry brushing all this, just very, very little paint on the brush, and just going over, just highlighting it a little bit so you can see the feather detail. Adding a little bit of blue to his head, and some of his feathers, they have a little bit of a blue tint in spots, maybe a little bit lighter blue than that on a real one, but you get the idea. I think their beaks are actually reddish too, but I thought he looked better with the yellow one. Okay, well, I really liked how this project went, and if you end up carving one of these, then let me know how it turns out in the comments. Send me a picture, or just let me know if you had fun carving it out.
Alright, so I finished up this carving for Thanksgiving, so this thing turned out really sweet looking. But anyways, I just want to thank everybody that's been watching the videos and leaving the comments, and I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I know this is coming out a few weeks before Thanksgiving, but anyways, happy holidays, and see you next week. Thanks for watching.